while on vacation. Who does that? Hello friends, welcome to another video. You can probably tell that I am in a different location than the norm and we are home from vacation. I am in our baby girl's nursery because she is taking a nap and she's in the other room. So I wanted to try to film this video intro and get this done while she's taking a nap. We will see how far we get here. I thought that I would just kind of walk you through what we did and share bits and pieces from our trip. I wanted the main focus of this video to be on the bookish content with a little bit of highlights from the trip. So let's get into it. If you don't know already, we go to Lac Du Flambeau, Wisconsin, typically every summer. It is an Indian reservation that my grandmother grew up on, and so it's been a tradition for several years now that we go there. The way that we chose to do it was to drive instead of fly. The drive for us takes 2 days. We break it up so that it's not that big of a trip, because if you drive straight through, it can take anywhere from like 15 hours plus, depending on how many times you stop. So we chose to drive to Champaign, Illinois. Mind you, we are starting out in West Virginia, so we drove to Champaign, Illinois and stayed there for a night, and then got up the next day and drove the rest of the way to Wisconsin. Whenever we stopped in Champaign, Illinois, I got so excited because I checked on Little Free Library on their map, and oh my goodness, you guys, there were so many Little Free Libraries in that area that it was overwhelming. Like, I pulled up the map and they were just sprinkled everywhere. And so part of me got really excited, but then part of me was like, we can't stay here very long, so I need to choose one little area that has a bunch of them and try to hit as many as I can. And so that's what we did on that day. Number one. Oh, cute. Got some Legos up top. Let's see. This one is so cute. Oh, there's a Kate Morton. I've been wanting to try her. Large print edition. I believe I tried this already and didn't like the language in it. So the other Einstein. Might take this one. Ooh, there's the wish. Oh, not drop it here. The wishing game, but it's large print. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna take that. I did try to read the wishing game and I DNF'd it. I can't remember why. There's 2 Kate Mortons in here. This must be a sign. I've been wanting to read some of her books. I might take these. Jodi Picoult. I've seen her books everywhere, but I don't know much about her. The Dog's Way Home. I feel like I've heard about that. It's a film. I don't know about it though. Goosebumps. I used to watch those as a kid. A couple I survived. There's the mouse and the motorcycle. Oh, there's 2 copies. Oh, this one's really cute. I have a copy of this, but it's like really beat up. I might take this one because it's really cute. I'll put my other copy back somewhere. Okay. Somebody's excited. We found one that's supposed to be for puzzles and board games. But it also has a little free library tag, so maybe it has books too.
I think you can, because this one says take your game, share your game, so there's probably a category within there for this.
There's books too! Oh, there's Orphan Train. I've heard about it, but I don't think that's for me.
Look at the candy puzzle.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. I'd be scared to get a puzzle, like not brand new.
Maybe there's one piece missing.
My luck, I get home and I do it, and that would just infuriate me.
I want to see this one. That is
Look,
so
they were
pretty.
honest. At least they were honest. Look, they said 3 missing pieces on this.
Yeah, at least they're honest. I might take this one.
Getting in on.
Ooh, what's that? Professor Puzzle Shop?
Hold on, I'm working my way down from the top. Open it. Oh, I think you built like a dinosaur.
Ooh, I think there's a yellow jacket. There's probably no, that's a wasp. Wow. Let's see what we got in here. Wow, it's pretty stuffed. Oh, would you looky there. The book I'm reading right now. Divergent. Some book of the month books? What? Okay, you'll just have to stay tuned to see if I took anything. So that was super fun getting to hit all of those. In our city, we have a couple little free libraries here and there, but it was nothing like what I found in Champaign, Urbana, Illinois area. So if you guys are ever in that area, look for those little free libraries, pull up the app because they are everywhere. Baby girl is up, so I will report back to you guys as soon as I can and fill you in more on the trip. Hello friends, it is a new day, as you can probably tell. I have a strawberry vanilla matcha per usual, and I recently got this cup from Marshall's, and the reason I got it is because it reminded me of the Anthropologie like icon juice glasses, but this was only like $5. Those are like made into the glass, and so I was really excited when I saw this, so I snagged it because I've wanted some of those Anthropologie glasses for a while now, but there's not an Anthropologie near me and I don't want to pay for shipping for that, so I was really excited to find this. Gonna enjoy my matcha and finish telling you guys about our trip, all the bookish things that we did, and I will also show you a little book haul at the end from all the little free libraries and the bookstore that I got to go to. Grace is here and she is fussy, so again, we will see how far we get today. This video might be chopped up into so many different days, it's insane. I forgot to mention yesterday the book that I read on the way to Wisconsin. I actually had 2 different books that I read or attempted to read. The first one was called The Getaway. I can't remember the author's name, but I'll put up a photo. I ended up DNFing that book pretty early on because there was just too much language for my taste. So that was a big letdown because the cover was so pretty to me, and I was hoping that it was going to be a really great lakeside, book to read, but sadly, it was a DNF. And the next book that I decided to pick up was Divergent. I was really into this book at first, but then there was a scene that described a dead body and just like the way that the body was laying. And that was just really disturbing to me. So I thought that I was going to DNF it then, but the next day I found myself still intrigued with the story and wanting to know where it was going to go. So I was like, okay, Whitney, have some toughness about you. Let's just try to keep going. And so I did. I kept going, and I can't remember what chapter I got to, but there was a scene where two characters were going to be forced to fist fight each other until one of them just couldn't fight anymore. And even just saying that and the mental pictures that I get from that, it just destroys me. It absolutely breaks my heart. I cannot handle watching in person or reading about people fist fighting, and even more so being forced to fist fight when they don't want to. That breaks my heart, and that is just detestable in my opinion, and cruel and vile and just dark. And I don't like that. I didn't care for that, so I chose to DNF that right then and there. So it was kind of a disappointing road trip going to Wisconsin because neither one of those books worked out for me, sadly. Once we finally made it to Wisconsin, there was a little free library that was really close to our hotel, so we stopped at that one. And then there was a little free library situation in our hotel. Like, there were two big bookshelves in the main lobby area, and there were books there that you could take for free or leave some for free. So I browsed those books and left some books, and then probably the little free library that I was most excited for, I will show you guys at the end of the little free libraries. It was stunning, you guys. It was absolutely stunning, and I cannot even imagine the hours that it took this person to build this out of wood with their hands. I can't imagine how expensive it probably was to create this little free library, but my mind was blown, and it exceeded my expectations, and it was just phenomenal. If you are ever in the Lac Du Flambeau, Wisconsin area, please go look at this little free library because it is just chef's kiss of little free libraries. If there is a list of coolest little free libraries in the world, I think this would make it onto that list. I think I had this. We found it. This is amazing. Unbelievable. Wow. All right, Donald, spin it around. It has a handle right here, so you can. Oh, wow, that is so cool. Oh, love it. I'm scared for critters, though. Hopefully there's no spiders.
There's a whole bear in here. I'm looking for your bugs. If I was bug inspection.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're good. I don't see nothing.
You think I'm good?
Yeah, I think you're good. It don't seal up perfectly, but yeah, I didn't see nothing.
Okay. All right. I am going to be on guard while I look in here, so I'm going to put the camera away and I'll share what I get later. But this is really cool. So the hubs spotted another one, so we stopped, of course. All right, check it out.
I gotta do a clear like I'm
Guys,
SWAT.
we are in the deep woods surrounded by lakes, so there's all kinds of bugs and stuff out here. Okay.
All right, get in there.
Okay. Oh, just pull that one out and hold it. Let's see what's in here. I'm seeing some Love Inspired.
This one is.
Oh, hello. We are on the road because where we're staying, there are not really many shops to get like coffee or if you want to go shopping. So we're traveling to a nearby town. It's about 20 minutes away. So we're going to get coffee and some food, and then we're going to a bookstore.
Oh, hi.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I always like coffee.
I'm probably more excited than he is.
I sometimes like books. I just collect them more than I read them. It's the problem.
I think everyone here probably has that problem. Okay, and then just to mention a couple of things that we got to do on our trip that's not book related. We got to go to the museum that is on the reservation. Always really cool to check out and to see my family's history. And there was also some books for sale there as well, which was really cool. I didn't get any because I thought they would be too heavy for me. And but Grace did get a kid's book, so I'm excited to be able to go through that with her someday. And then aside from the museum, we got to go out on the lake on the boat, which is when I ended up getting hurt, unfortunately. We also got to go to the Bear River Powwow, which we, like I said, normally go to every single year. And me and my daughter actually got to go out and dance in this one in our regalia, which was really fun. We had matching ribbon skirts. It was a whole moment, and I was so excited about it. Another thing that I love about being at the powwow is all the yummy food that we got to eat. The fry bread, the roasted corn. We normally would get a lemonade from this one stand, but it was so popular that we did not even get to get one because the line just stayed so long. But the cinnamon sugar fry bread was so good. And then finally, I'm going to share with you guys the book that I chose to read on the way home. I'm so sorry if you can hear my dog. He is such a princess. Anyways, the book that I chose to read on the way home is called The Canyon's Edge. This is a book that is written in verse. It is my very first novel that I've ever read that's been written in verse. I really enjoyed the style of it. I enjoyed the writing, but I will say I do not think that this book is for a middle grade audience. I think it is definitely YA, and I would say even as an adult, I did not enjoy reading the gore and the emotional heaviness that this book contained. So just a warning for you mamas out there, if you're wanting to let your kids read this book, know that there is a lot of detail of the main character's injuries that she acquires while she's in this canyon. And there's also a layer to the story that is emotionally heavy as we learn about how this character lost her mom due to a mass shooting. Looking back, I'm only going to give this a 2, maybe 2.5 star rating, just because of the content that's in it. It's being promoted as a middle grade book. Well, it says middle grade and YA on Goodreads, but in my opinion, like I said, I think it should just be YA. Now, let me go grab all the books that I decided to take from the Little Free Libraries on our trip. Okay, here's our stack of books from Little Free Libraries, but also the bookstore and the museum. So, here we go. I'll start with Little Free Library books. First book that I found in one of the Little Free Libraries is called Katie Woodlawn by Carol Ryrie Brink. That's a lot of R's. It's not in the best condition. It's like missing some of the cover right here, but it just sounded really good to me. I'll just read the synopsis to you because it's pretty short. Katie Woodlawn's mother wants Katie to be a perfect little lady. Katie has different ideas. No knitting and cooking and fine manners for her. The Wisconsin frontier of the 1860s is too ripe with excitement to sit at home. With her 2 brothers, Tom and Warren, Katie makes life a constant adventure, swimming and exploring and generally causing a ruckus. And despite all her mother's objections, she even makes friends with the neighboring Indians. You've never met a girl like Katie. So I thought this was a really timely book for me to find on my way to an Indian reservation with my family's ethnicity. And so yeah, it's a middle grade, which is another plus for me. So let me know if you guys have read this. And then I found, I don't know if it's a cozy mystery or just a general mystery, but it's Tears of the Giraffe by Alexander McCall Smith. And it's a part of the #1 Ladies Detective Agency. And this is the second book in the series. So hopefully I will like the first one enough that I will go on to the second book. I do have access to the first one either on Hoopla or my Libby app. So hopefully I can get to that one soon so that I can move on to this one. It's in excellent condition. It's a very like floppy book. It just feels good to hold. And also I just love the cover. Cute little giraffe, and green is one of my favorite colors. So grab that one. And then I found 2 different Kate Morton books. I have heard of this author but haven't tried any of her works before, so I wanted to take these to give them a try. The first one that I found is her debut novel, and it's called The House at Riverton. I love her covers. I just think they are absolutely gorgeous. And from what I can tell, I think these are like family drama, maybe some mystery type of books. I did check ChatGPT on these just to, you know, see trigger warnings and content stuff. I didn't really see anything that like prevented me from taking these books. So I have high hopes for these, but you guys please let me know if you've read any Kate Morton. Are there things in her books that you think that I wouldn't enjoy? Please let me know. Found that one, and then I found The Distant Hours. This one's super pretty with that purple, and also this castle. I just, like I said, these covers are so gorgeous. And both of these books are in really good condition. The spines, this one doesn't really have any cracking on the spine. This one does. So I think they're still, you know, both in really great condition. And it does mention that she is the author of The Forgotten Garden, so I'm guessing that's another one of her popular books. Would love to check that one out. Let me know if you've read that one. They are kind of chunky, but I found whenever I was reading Divergent, that book was pretty chunky, and I just loved the feel of it in my hand as I was reading it, so that's made me a little bit less intimidated by chunky books. So I will be excited to hopefully get to one of these soon. Maybe the fall could be a good time to try one of these. So I got those 2. And then I also got 2 kids books, actually 3, I forgot one. I really don't want to go get it. Yeah, I don't want to go get it. So I'm going to pop up a picture. It is something about like The Mouse and the Motorcycle by Beverly Cleary, I think. I found that one. It was really cute. And then I found my first Little House book, Winter Days in the Big Woods by Laura Ingalls Wilder. This is a hardback picture book, and so I thought I would get it for baby girl to try whenever she is old enough. I just thought this was absolutely beautiful. The illustrations are gorgeous. Got that for her. And then this one is so cute, you guys. Library Lion? Are you kidding me? One, she loves lions. Like, she's obsessed with the Lion King right now. And she loves books. She loves to read. So this is the perfect book for her. It is just darling. And it is by Michelle Knudsen. And it's illustrated by Kevin Hawkes. So I'll show you a couple of the illustrations. So, found that one for her. Okay, those are all of the Little Free Library finds. Now we'll go to the book that we got for her from the museum. And I do not know how to pronounce this. It is a goal in life for me to learn the Ojibwe language, but I'm not there yet. I can say thank you, which is miigwech, and I think hello or welcome is buju, I think. But anyways, we got this book for her, and it just has illustrations in it, and we'll be teaching her all about her family's history. So I am really excited to go through this with her. Okay, the next and last 3 books that I have to share with you are the books that I got at the bookshop that we went to, and it was called The Shade Tree, and it is in a city called Minocqua, Wisconsin. So I would definitely recommend you going and checking it out. It was a really cute bookstore. I will say I was sad that they didn't have any books on sale. They didn't have any used books at all, so everything there is full price, but I did end up paying full price for these books. So the only adult novel that I purchased is called The Door to Door Bookstore, and it is by Karsten Hen. And this was translated from German. It is not very long, pretty short book. It only has 216 pages and it just feels good to hold. It's another one of those just floppy books. And this cover just makes me really happy. I am always here for a bookish book, a book about books. I have heard that there are a couple of heavier topics in here and, you know, some sad moments, but I'm still willing to give this a shot to see if I will enjoy it. We'll see how I feel about this. I will probably be picking this up very soon. Like, I hope to read this before the summer is over. I mean, the front tagline on the front, like there's a little blurb from Los Angeles Times. It says, completely satisfying, a specific kind of summer fun. So to me, that says you gotta read it in the summer, right? So I hope to get to this very soon. And the next book I got is a YA book, and it is by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and it is called Little White Lies. So I did read the first book in the Inheritance Games series. I almost said trilogy, but I want to say there's probably more books than that. I read the Inheritance Games, and I really enjoyed that book, aside from 2 content issues. So I'm hoping that those same content issues won't be in this book, but we will see. I did really enjoy her writing. I enjoyed the mystery that she wrote in that book. I'm excited to give this book a shot. Let me know if you've read it and what you think. And then finally, the last book that I got is none other than The Mysterious Benedict Society. And this is by Trenton Lee Stewart. I have heard nothing but praise for this book. It is a little bit chunkier, but I'm here for it. I have heard that this is such a good time and I'm tired of putting it off. I want to know what the hype is about, and I have really high hopes for this being a 5-star book for me. So with that being said, that is all of the bookish fun and all of the books that I got on our trip to Wisconsin. I hope that you enjoyed this video, even though it didn't necessarily turn out the way that I wanted it to be in terms of vlog style. I hope that you still enjoyed it, and I know this will be a fun video for me to look back on as it features our family trip. That is all that I have for this video. Until next time, I hope you have a blessed day, and I will see you either on Instagram or in my next video. Bye.